Hi, everyone. We have a great Q&A coming up for you. We have two of the actors and the director here. So starting with Logan Miller. Yay, who played the son. And Jim Gaffigan. And the wonderful director, Miranda Bailey.
What's up? What's up? Hey, I just want to thank you all for coming out here. Let's hear it from Miranda Bailey, huh?
Give it up.
Woo! What's up? Bumping mics. All right.
Let's do this.
Why are you promoting toxic masculinity in this movie?
Let's not bring that up.
It is what it is. This is actually how I talk. I put on a fancy voice for the movie.
See, the funny thing is he's a comedian, but he's so funny in real life too.
All right,
Is he funny all the time?
Let's let Claudia talk. Let's let Claudia.
You can do
All right,
thing.
Claudia,
Well,
go.
since you've just proven more of your chemistry that besides what we saw on screen, did you guys go out and hang out together? Sometimes directors encourage, co-stars to go do that or spend some quality time together.
I have always had a special connection with people with special needs. And
Thank you, Daddy.
no, I would
Thank you,
say
Daddy.
that Logan is, a lot of people don't know this. He's 45 years old.
Yeah.
So he's a contemporary of yours.
He is a
Yeah.
contemporary.
Well, my father's a plastic surgeon, and
Okay,
so.
can you answer the question? Let's answer the question.
But I do, it's just a coincidence that we both have the maturity level of an 8th grader.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, when it was definitely far more complicated to do the serious scenes where we didn't get along because we're buddies.
And it's we have great times together,
Did you
and
become buddies though? Did you know each other beforehand? No.
I think it was the kissing.
yeah, it was. Well, and Jim uses a lot of tongue, and I love that. So.
I'm French.
Speaking of French, I'm just going to interrupt for 1 second. There's a lot of people here in the audience who worked on the film and who are standing over here as well. I want you guys, can you just show yourself? If
Give
you
it up.
worked on the film, please stand up if you worked on the film. Yes, there's
There
one.
he
Yes,
is.
great,
Good.
great, yes,
Do me a
yes,
favor.
Yes, yes,
Even if you
There
didn't
he
work on
is.
the film, stand up.
yes. Don't. No. There's a lot of
And there's
people.
Clifton right there. Everybody check out Clifton on SoundCloud. Cliftun.
We know how to
Clifton.
spell Clifton.
Anyway, so we were talking about the Democratic Convention.
Yes.
No, go ahead. Now's your chance to get serious.
Let's do a political thing. So how does one develop chemistry, or does it just come?
I think it's luck, and I think some of it is, you work with what you get. I mean, by the way, I loved working with Anna and Samantha, but they have their chemistry. I was terrified to work with Anna. Not that she's intimidating, but she's such a fantastic actor. But I kind of used that, and then her portrayal of her character kind of made me more intimidated, which made me the character that I ended up being.
We also had a good rehearsal period. We sat there in a hotel, commons area.
I don't want to say where it
And
was 'cause
sat there. It
was
wasn't
molested
in
there.
anybody's hotel room. I mean, we were very professional about
I don't
the
know why
situation.
Miranda had us do it naked, though.
Yeah. Well, you were kind of more insistent on that, but it's
I wanted to get to know you.
yeah. Well, and we need to get stripped away, and we did. We
Jim,
stripped
Jim,
all
I
down.
told you when you're wearing your shirt, it's not fully naked. Now, Jim
Yes.
wasn't able to do a lot of rehearsal because
No.
he was going through a very tough time, and so
Because
the kids,
my wife inconveniently got a brain tumor. I know that sounds like I made that up, but she did have a brain tumor. So it was touch and go whether I was going to even be able to do this. But it was during the recovery period. But there was the day that we rehearsed. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I had to rush to the hospital with her. So it ended up. But I left her there. Went to rehearsal. It's all about the show.
The right values.
No, but you were able to bring a lot of the emotional stuff that was going on in your life, I think, to the
I
character.
think so, yeah. And I think that there is, being a father, it's, if anyone is a parent here, or if you had a parent, or you've met a human, you know that, but particularly for parents, how you parent different children is pretty dramatically different, because based on their personality or what you think they might need or your experience. So that was also played into it. So, and I also had witnessed, like at the beginning with Logan's character, I was much more like how my dad would be a dad, and then how I was with Samantha's family, I was much more of what I imagined my wife, her family.
Yeah, so you get to kind of improve upon it, or
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was really interesting, because I thought parents can relate to that as you get older, or you parent like the third child differently than you parent the first child, and all of that.
Absolutely.
Is that what you drew upon to sort of?
Yeah, I mean, there's different philosophies, and I personally parent with a lot more violence.
I can
Is
tell.
he being serious? That's not funny at all.
So you guys know Jim's a comedian, so he makes jokes.
No,
It's so
but
funny.
there is, some of it's laid out in the script. The script was amazing, and obviously with the second family, or with Samantha's family, Frank was much more of who he discovered he was, and the first family, Anna's family, was much more of who he thought he was supposed to be, or who his family told him he
wanted
should
to
be.
be with the second one, and who he thought he had.
And the writer is Glenn Lakin, so everyone knows.
So speaking of that, Miranda, how much did you have? Obviously, a director always has involvement, even though someone else has written the script. Did you tinker with it? Did you make a lot of changes?
Yes, Glenn and I made changes together, a lot of them. The script was very different when it came in from my agency and management company. It was set in modern day. The first wife was a working mom who didn't have time for anybody and didn't like Jim. And the second mom was this like amazing cook. And and I was like, yeah, we should probably work on that. So we worked on that, and we also set it in 1992 because 1992 was when my own father left our family. And when I read the script, I really related to Logan's character. And so with this movie, I was really able to say everything that I wanted to say to my dad, that Logan was able to say to him.
Has your dad seen it?
Yes.
What was his reaction?
I don't want to comment on that.
That's fair.
But, Anna, honestly, like Anna.
Let's bring our dad out.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
Also, Jerry Springer's here as well.
Yes. I think so Anna Gunn at the end of the movie, she says she's going to leave her husband, but she tells Logan, he'll always be your dad. And I think I wished my mom said that to me. And that's why that line is there. But it was a collaboration with everyone, and a lot of the lines that are really funny are not Glenn and I's. It's these guys, like "Don't smoke crack." that's a
from him.
Personal
that's a great one. Or
philosophy.
like, there's like a poop thing. I think I pooped in my pants and whatever.
That
And I
was
love
Logan.
potty humor, so I kept that.
There is also, but we didn't do the ending that I wanted.
Oh yeah. Oh, listen to this. Okay, so
Buckle up.
Jim pitches me this ending. He's like, Miranda, I have this great idea. When I come out of the college.
After I listened to the guitar playing.
Yes, after the guitar.
That was
So like
beautiful,
the credits
by the
roll,
way.
and then you see me get in. Here, I'll take over.
Oh, you want? Yes.
Sit back, relax. So the credits roll, and then you see me walk to a car, and I get in a car, and the car is being driven by a teenager we haven't met before. And that teenager goes, "What are we doing here?"
Dad.
Dad. And I'm like, I had some business here. They're thinking of having a
And
catch-up
I
school
think
here.
that's smart because it sets up a sequel.
But you refuse to do it. I talked to you. You're like, I have a family reunion. I can't shoot this on an iPhone. All that stuff.
I'm an artist. But it is a good idea. Let's have a fake round of applause for that idea.
Woo! That's a good idea.
It definitely does set up the sequel.
Michael Bay is directing the sequel. Sorry, Miranda.
What?
But
Typical.
Taken over by man. So what was it like working with both these guys, but particularly with Jim? Because it seems like just hanging around
Not
was
me.
so much fun. Well, you too. Yes, we'll get to that.
Honestly, I don't remember. No. I have to say, honestly, it was really a lot of fun. And you guys will love the blooper reel because there's a lot of them. I just had a really great time. And, we're all going to die. And it's just a movie. And at the end of the day, just have fun. And that's what we did, right? We used the time and the money that we had, and we made this thing. That's how much it was. And Jim was relatively entertaining most of the time. And Logan.
And what about Logan?
Logan is a good match. Like if it was Tiger Woods and I don't know.
John Daly.
I don't know golf, but you know what I'm saying, right?
I'm John Daly because I look
Yeah,
like him.
I'm Tiger.
Because I'm the fat white guy.
Yeah.
Okay, who's an alcoholic?
But then, and also Ross, Alex Karpovsky's character, he really brought it, and he's a director and a writer himself, and so whenever I was on set with him, I always felt very safe. I would look at him because I knew if I was doing something bad, he would probably give me some look or something but he was always like, you got this, it's okay. So I felt really good.
You've been an actor too.
Yeah.
So how did that help you in directing these actors and the others?
Well, it's great. Yes, it's true. I'm really lucky that I was able to be an actor and a producer because those are the two main departments that you collaborate with as a director. The things that they hate, and you don't do them, and then the things that they love, and you try to do them more. And every actor has their own process of an experience of how they go about creating their character. So Anna and Samantha specifically, I would say, they have a very different process of acting. Samantha likes a lot of props. She likes to think about exactly what's happening in that moment, blah, blah, blah. And Anna is someone who's I need to bring my own life to this and bring it in. And so once you kind of figure out what the language is within each actor, then you can talk to them in their language, I would say. And you guys have different languages.
Mine's Pig Latin.
And yes, but they both are, like 8th graders. I basically was just stand here, say this, okay, go. And they did. It was fine.
Fart noises.
Yeah.
Please just listen to me, is what she said most of the time.
remember God damn it, Jim. I said that 19 times at least.
So how long did you rehearse, and what did you find in that rehearsal process that you brought to the ultimate movie?
Well, I remember we had multiple rehearsals. We came into that room and you had me do rehearsals with every different actor because, the actress playing my younger sister, I had a specific type of person I was going to be around her. That was a specific person I was going to be around Jim, which was usually me being an asshole to him. There was, the things, me being me in front of my friends because there
Isabel.
was Isabel. And I think my rehearsal
I made Logan
experience
rehearse a lot.
was.
That's why he's so good.
She just did not trust me at all. And, but then.
No, but let's talk about
finally.
those. So these are seasoned actors here, but the rest of the cast that are kids, this was their first movie. Gage is here tonight. The hot. I didn't mean that in a derogatory way. I'm so sorry. The very, very talented
Gage will be in an upcoming season of Ballers. He will.
Yes, he is. Yes, he's here. So I have to say that was really fun working with.
First-time actors?
Oh yeah.
And young ones.
They're so happy to be there.
It's the old WC.
Unlike
Fields
Jim.
thing.
You're like, hey, can you stay late and not tell your agent? And they're like, yeah.
As a SAG rep, I'm going to have to report this.
No, but I love that rehearsal process. It was and also there wasn't a conventional audition process for this either, so I thought that it was nice to be able to kind of have that early period to kind of flesh things out before we got into the heat of it all. And it was hot, so it's literal.
Where did you
Thank
film,
you.
and what time of year?
June this year, this exact time, 2 years ago in New York, and it was freezing.
It was freezing.
What are you
It was
talking?
so cold. It was so good, except for the last day, obviously.
What?
It was so cold. It rained like
What are you
all the
talking
time.
about?
We had
Except
to
for the
change our
running.
schedule 50 times.
Were you on a different movie?
I'm a girl, okay? I get cold easily.
Okay, well, we were. I don't know what that is, but
I agree with you,
Toxic
Miranda.
femininity. That's what it is. Toxic femininity.
We're not going to get into a weather discussion here, but Jim, I wanted to ask you because you've been doing some really serious roles lately. There was another film that's coming out in August, Them That Follow, and there's this, of course, and you were in almost, well, maybe not every scene, but you were probably in every scene. What is it like? Actually, did you have to tamp down your innate sense of humor, or how do you tap into?
Well, it's a fantastic. I mean, I really enjoy it. It's hard to talk next to him, but I really enjoy acting, and particularly for this opportunity and some of the other opportunities I've received that are coming out this year. It's amazing. Don't look at me while I talk.
I'm judging you. With
You're
everything
judging
you
me.
say.
But I love acting, and we're horsing around here. But I love actually in a moment not joking around, like sitting at an awkward moment, and that goes the same with Logan. It's like those awkward moments. It's really rewarding, and the more flawed the character you play, it's more rewarding.
You played a lot of film festivals, and speaking of flawed, you've had people come up to you and say, I know someone who's lived this kind of dual life more than you expected.
Yeah, crazy.
What is...
Well, on the film festival note, I have to say, like, I'm very lucky because I was able, this cut of the film was not in film festivals. I was able to use the first cut of the film in film festivals as kind of like a workshop.
With Jim's ending?
No, my ending never was shown.
It was similar. It was different. A little bit of a different. Same movie, but better. So I was able to take the critical response that was negative and fix those things, or attempt to, and then take the things that were positive and kind of heighten those, just to see, like, in the pacing and get it going. What was the question?
The question was playing film festivals and then having people come up to you after.
Yeah. I mean, I think last night in Chicago, someone came up to us.
There is someone right now. Maybe you don't even realize
raise your
it.
hand. Do you know
No,
anyone
but
who has
at every
that?
screening,
See,
they
there's
know
one in
someone,
every
right?
audience.
You know someone like a
Wow.
neighbor that it was discovered the dad had two families.
Whoa.
It always happens when they die.
And we've
yeah.
heard
His dad.
sometimes it's at funerals it's revealed.
Yeah. Or
And
Facebook.
there was, I did one of these, and there was someone that came up to me, and there was a family that it was discovered the dad had 6 families
Oh.
and 30 children. And I'm like,
even
I don't know
function?
how.
Yeah.
I think it was back in the 50s where like dads have to show up for like 1 week a year, I guess. But
I think that was like the 80s.
that's crazy.
But yeah.
Sounds like a very interesting topic for an article.
It does. Yeah.
Who's here that writes? Come on.
Yeah. Okay, I want to open it up to the audience because I'm sure you guys have questions out there. Do I see
that
hands
guy,
raised?
the
Yeah.
tall one who's about to stand up. Yeah, you.
It's hard to see.
The middleman.
shout.
He's right in the middle right there.
This is a question for Jim, which is, you're a very loved comedian, and people love your work, and everywhere you go, people are doing your voices and things like that. Not as good as you, but they're doing it. I want to know, does that kind of feel an obligation to the public out there to be Jim Gaffigan, to be in their lives?
The only reason I am funny is to seek my dead father's approval.
Why are you guys
But
laughing?
to answer your question, there is. I feel like I'm. People do feel like they can approach me, and in some ways, I don't like that. But if they saw me and Logan, they'd be like, "Well, let's leave Logan alone." But Jim, it doesn't matter. We could bother him. I don't even know if that was the question, but that's an answer.
You have an approachable face. That's what it is.
I'm approachable.
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
But don't talk to me after
Yes,
this.
right there. So last question.
This is for all three of you. At what point in the script did you say this was an obligation to tell it?
Before I read it.
The moment I read it.
I wanted the challenge of making, because I believe that people that we don't know that do bad things are horrible people, but the people we do know that do horrible things are going through something. So I wanted to, I wanted to make him human. And, obviously if you're playing a character, you have to rationalize all the behavior. So I thought it would be very, appealing to make him human, and it was reflected in the script that he had a reason. It might not have been a good enough reason, but he had a reasoning.
Well, and also it's like such an unconventional script. I mean, look, I get a lot of scripts, okay? But
Wow.
No, I'm
So
kidding.
many.
But no. I mean, you start reading it, and initially it's like, oh, it's a coming of age story. We get a lot of those, and then it just shifts like so quickly. And it wasn't anything I've read before. And so I knew it was going to be fun and different. And, oh, God, to work with Jim Gaffigan is like working with Orson Welles.
You
so,
said you wanted to work with me.
And Miranda Bailey, of course. Both of these people. Look, these two are the Oreos, and I'm just
Let's
the gushy
try
white
that
center.
one more time,
Like,
Logan. But if we could really
sorry.
kind of land on to work with these two.
I really wanted to work with these two, and I thank you for the experience.
Rehearsal.
Please,
you.
yeah,
Thank you.
you. Yeah,
If you
please
like
clap.
the film, if you
Thank
like
you.
the film at all, this is an indie film, so please tell everybody on Facebook and whatever, Insta, Twitter,
They call it
those
Instagram
things.
Twitter.
now.
Social
Yes.
media.
Social media, tell them, and if you don't like the film, just keep it quiet. Okay?
Thank you so much, Miranda, Logan,
Thank you
and
so
Jim.
much.
Thank you.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.